This is what North Carolina looks like in the congressional elections that just happened. You see 10 safe Republican seats outside of this middle competitive zone that I want to talk about. 3 Democratic seats accomplished through packing as many Democrats as possible into 3 congressional districts. And then another one that was a 50-50 seat. This is Don Davis. It's a district that Donald Trump won, we believe. The votes are still being finalized. This is a 50-50 seat. Could have gone either way. This allows 71% of the seats for Republicans. Could have been 79% if Don Davis hadn't won by just a little bit. But when you put a district, Madam Speaker, outside of this middle competitive range, we kind of call it the 45 to 55% range, but to be even more precise, we have 46.5 to 53.5%. That's the range of districts where anybody has a decent chance of flipping a seat from red to blue or from blue to red. When you draw it outside of this range, outside of 55%, the chances are minuscule. You're looking at less than 1% that any of these seats could ever flip, maybe in a tsunami year, maybe with a candidate that does something absolutely horrific. But when you draw a map and you put it in this area, you know that it's virtually impossible to flip. And again, here you see 3 Democratic seats. Incredibly safe. They put as many Democrats as possible. This is the place right here, Madam Speaker, where we need to have many, many more congressional districts. I sent a survey to all of my constituents to ask how they felt about gerrymandering. I got over 1,300 answers. Here are some of the quotes from my constituents, and here's what they said. Quote unquote, "I feel like my vote doesn't count the way both sides use the maps." Another constituent said, "I haven't moved in 20 years, but have been in 3 or 4 different congressional districts." Another constituent said, "It's hard to have a relationship when they keep changing because the district keeps being changed." Another constituent said, "Since moving to North Carolina in 2015, I believe we have been in at least 3 different congressional districts. It has become frustrating and confusing." Another constituent said, "I don't feel like I'm accurately represented." Another said, "Having my district number change is confusing." Another said, "Makes me feel distrustful of my representatives." Another said, "Not sure what's going on. We need transparency." Another said, "It decreases trust that representatives have citizens as their top priority." Another said, "It adds to the dirty politics stereotype." And another said, "Political races have become very non-competitive." Certainly have if you're outside of that range. Another said, "Once elected, they only care what their party wants." And lastly, another said, "It makes me feel like my vote doesn't matter and reduces a desire to engage with elected officials since I don't feel like my representatives truly represent me." They used words including distrust, confusion, unrepresentative, and extreme over and over and over as you see the word cloud of the responses